A day in the life of an investment banker. Before most of the city wakes, he is already up. Investment banking rarely waits for sunrise. His day begins the moment his phone lights up. 3 emails marked urgent arriving before dawn. For many people, this would signal a crisis. But for him, it's simply the start of another routine. He moves through the cold apartment quietly. The air is sharp, the morning dim, and his movements almost automatic. In this profession, even waking up feels like stepping straight into a race. Early morning commute. By the time he reaches the street, the city is still yawning to life. A few taxis pass, the sidewalks are thinly populated, and the air carries winter's edge. On the subway platform, he stands among construction workers, nurses finishing night shifts, and a handful of other early corporate commuters, all heading toward demanding worlds of their own. During the ride, his mind is already sorting through the day ahead. There is a deal signing, 2 credit committee meetings, and month-end portfolio reviews. Each item could individually consume a full day, but together they create the kind of pressure that defines investment banking. Arrival at the office. The elevator doors open to a familiar mix of bright lights, quiet hallways, and the slow buzz of early arrivals logging in. The office smells faintly of paper, coffee, and printer toner. The scent of long hours. Before touching his inbox, he stops in the pantry and begins the ritual that anchors his mornings. AeroPress coffee, fresh grounds, hot water, slow, steady pressure. It is his moment of calm before the storm. A few controlled steps before a day where little will be predictable. As he finishes, a senior VP walks by and offers the standard greeting used in this building when a tough day lies ahead. Morning, big one today. And it is. The first wave of work. The moment he reaches his desk, the floodgates open. Email after email arrives, need revised valuation in 30 minutes. Client moved the call earlier, join in 10. Credit flagged updated sensitivity, fix ASAP. Where are the latest portfolio notes? Each request carries the same urgency. Each one demands perfect execution, and each one is simultaneously top priority. He starts moving through Excel models with surgical precision, reopening work he thought he finished the night before. In investment banking, a model is never final. There is always a new comment, a new assumption, a new risk someone noticed at 11:59 p.m. A junior analyst messages him. Any updates on the cash flow tab? He types back politely. Reviewing now. It's not a lie, he is reviewing. It's just that he's also reviewing 12 other things at the same time. Morning meetings, where pressure meets deadlines. The clock strikes 9, and the first meeting of the day begins. Portfolio review check-in. Screens light up. Cameras turn on. Everyone looks tired, caffeinated, and prepared to defend their work. One director points out leverage concerns in a hospitality deal. Another questions whether a client's revenue forecast is too optimistic. Someone else reminds the team that month-end reporting is due within 48 hours. Throughout the meeting, his name is called repeatedly. He acknowledges comments, explains assumptions, takes notes at a speed only bankers and court stenographers understand. Every statement made in this meeting shapes the memos he must finalize later. Every instruction is actionable. Every revision matters. By the time the meeting ends, it feels like a full day has already passed. Yet it's barely mid-morning. A brief lunch break. Around noon, he steps outside briefly. The cold air clears his head. Across the street is a Japanese deli he visits multiple times a week. He grabs a spicy tuna roll. Predictable, quick, comforting. He brings it back to the office and heads to the 27th floor, where floor-to-ceiling windows offer a sweeping view of the skyline. It's the only peaceful scene he will experience today. He eats quietly while glancing through updates on his phone. Lunch isn't a break. It's a pause in motion. Afternoon pressure, credit committee preparation. Back at his desk, he grabs a Celsius for energy. 2 memos need to be completed. Different deals, different industries, different risk structures. Both require absolute accuracy. He prints everything out because experience has taught him that reading on paper reveals mistakes that screens hide. He moves into an empty conference room with a stack of pages and a pen. He marks numbers, circles assumptions, corrects formatting errors, and adjusts footnotes. Nothing can be wrong. Nothing can be unclear. A phrase he once heard plays in his mind. In banking, it's not the big mistakes that kill you. It's the small ones everyone else missed. He reviews again and again. This is the part of the job that few people see. The quiet, meticulous pressure behind the glamorous facade. Explaining the purpose. Credit risk, simplified. Credit risk, though complicated in practice, can be explained simply. Banks lend money. Before lending, they must judge how likely a borrower is to pay it back. If assumptions collapse, if cash flows weaken, if markets shift, the bank must be protected. He ensures systems stay safe, portfolios stay healthy, and capital stays protected. It is not flashy work, but it is necessary work. The meditation room. Once the memos are ready, he steps into a meditation room tucked away on another floor. One of the rare wellness spaces corporate life occasionally offers. Dim lights, soft sounds, silence. For 2 minutes, he sits still. He thinks about why he chose this demanding field. He thinks about long nights, big deals, the learning curve, and the ambition that drives people into finance. A line from Tuesdays with Morrie echoes in his mind. Most people live half asleep. He refuses to let himself be one of them. The evening crash. By 5 p.m., hunger returns. He grabs overnight oats and chocolate from the cafeteria for a quick refuel. On the way back, he stops at the Starbucks inside the building and orders a latte. Most people are heading home now. He is heading toward the hardest part of his day. Dinner stipend, and night shift begins. Around 7 p.m., he orders dinner using the firm's $25 stipend. A small consolation for long hours. Tonight it's a salmon bowl. Simple, filling, reliable. He eats in the lobby while watching coworkers exit the building. He wishes he could leave too, but investment banking rarely lets its people go before the work is complete. Emails are still coming in. Comments are still flowing. Deadlines still loom. Final work sprint. He heads back upstairs for the final push. This is the most dangerous time, fatigue mixed with pressure. He updates models, fixes charts, applies edits from seniors, reformats documents, checks footnotes and page breaks. Bankers treat formatting like engineers treat precision. Perfection matters. A misplaced decimal can change a valuation. A wrong indent can anger a managing director. By 8:30 p.m., he finally sends the last memo. A weight lifts. Briefly, heading home. He leaves the building, stepping into the cold night. The city is glowing with restaurants, traffic, and nightlife, but he passes through it quietly, heading toward the subway. He looks exhausted, but there's a sense of accomplishment in his stride. This world is intense, but it's the world he chose. End of the night. At home, he drops his bag and sinks into the couch. His body relaxes for the first time today. But then, ping, another email. Nothing heavy, just a clarification. He responds quickly and finally shuts his laptop for good. The day is over. Not dramatic, not glamorous, but undeniably challenging and meaningful to those who thrive under pressure. A day in the life of an investment banker is not defined by luxury or spectacle. It is defined by discipline, by precision, by long hours and high expectations, by the constant demand to think faster, work harder, and deliver flawlessly. And that is what makes the life of an investment banker as intense as it is compelling. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video like this.